selling Japanese stocks, ETFs and mutual funds on Rakuten. Sounds like it should be easy, but it's actually surprisingly difficult the first time you go to do it, or perhaps the first time you go to do it for a while. Let's talk about it. So I've had a few requests to go through the process on Rakuten Securities for selling Japanese stocks, Japanese ETFs and Japanese mutual funds, and that's what we're going to do in this video. Okay, one confusing thing about trying to sell Japanese equities and Japanese mutual funds on Rakuten is that the sell buttons are not really where you might expect them to be. So normally I would go to the kind of lineup of investments and check it out there, and so we can see we've got some ETFs, we've got some equities, we've got some shares here, we've got some mutual funds, and you would think that by clicking on one of these you'd be able to sell them. So for example, this bond fund, if we click on the bond fund, it just takes us to the information page, and on the information page we have the purchase buttons, but we don't have sale buttons, and that's a little bit confusing. So if we just go back to that page, it's the same situation with the shares, so we can click on the shares, for example, and it'll take us to the share information page. Now this one, you do have a sale button, which is helpful, but it's not an immediate sale button. Instead, if you click on here, it takes you to the sales page, and then you have to go down and find the same investment again. Now, easier than that is if we go to the specific pages for each thing. So if we go here to domestic equities, and we click on, the products that we own, you get this list which has a nice buy, sell, and set up regular purchase buttons here. So let's take a quick look at that. So this is an ETF. This is a REIT ETF, so it contains real estate. And if we want to sell it, we can click here, and we get this sales page. So you can see this investment is denominated in sets of 100. So you can't sell one, you have to sell 100 or 200 and so on. And that's what we're going to do here. So we'll choose the amount, so sell 100 or 200 and so on. And then we'll choose the price. So this is a set price, or we can set it to go through whatever the market price is at the time. We put in our passcode, and you can either confirm on the next screen, or you can click this button to skip the confirmation screen, just go straight through to the sale. So I'm not actually going to sell this. This is just to show you what this page looks like. And it's exactly the same for equities, so for stocks. So if we go back to the domestic stocks page, look at our list of products, and then we choose a stock instead. And you can see here the investments are shown by the type of account. So this is a taxable account, a Tokute Koza that does your taxes for you. And this is a NISA account, so there's no taxes to be paid on these. So if we choose a stock here, like SoftBank, and we choose to sell this SoftBank stock, we get the same screen. So we can choose how many units to sell, 100 or 200. We can either set a price, and the way this works is that it will sell for this price or less, or rather, or more for selling. For buying, it's the opposite, but for selling, it'll sell for this price or more, and the transaction won't go through unless it can get this price for it. Or you can just choose Seiko, which is success. So you're just selling at whatever the market price is at the time. Same thing, put in your code, get to the confirmation screen, or skip the confirmation screen with this. And that's it. It's fairly simple to sell stocks and ETFs on here. And in the same way, we can go to mutual funds. So Toshi Shintaku, that's this section over here. And it's very, very similar. You might get a screen saying, do you want to use it in normal mode or in easy mode? And to be honest, I'm not even sure what the big difference is here. So I generally use normal mode, But as far as I can tell, easy mode has the same sections. So yeah, I don't know how that's that much easier. But anyway, same thing. We'll go to the list of products that we own. And again, it's divided into different accounts. So here's the Tokute Koza, which is the taxable tax reporting account. And here is the NISA account, which is the tax-free account. On NISA, we have this blue button, which says that the products are close to finishing in NISA. So they're about to be moved out of the NISA account. That's also what this orange notification is. So it says you have investments in NISA that will end soon. So what that means is that at the end of the year, when the NISA tax-free period ends, those investments will be moved into the taxable account. The purchase price will be reset to the value at the time. This is how it keeps them tax-free. And after that, they'll just behave as normal investments in a taxable account. So there's no big deal. There's no rush to sell them or anything, but they're going to be leaving the tax-free wrapper at the end of this year. Now, to sell mutual funds, let's check it out. So over here, we will click on the sell button. The orange button is the buy button, and the green one is the sell button. So we're going to sell some funds. And here we've got some different options. So we can either sell everything, or we can sell some, and we can set the price of the investments that we want to sell. And you can see here we have 361,000 worth, so we could sell up to that much. Or we can sell a number of units, and I don't really see the point of doing that because it's not as easy to understand as the monetary value. Mutual funds can be divided, so you can sell a certain amount of money's worth rather than a certain number of units. So yeah, I don't really see why someone would want to do this, but you can if you want to. That's just a reminder of the details, and at the bottom you have the confirmation page. So for example, if we said, yeah, I want to sell 100 yen, I think that's probably the minimum. Oh no, the minimum's 1 yen, so we could sell 1 yen, really? So we'd sell 1 yen and then we'd confirm. And okay, so it's not allowing us to sell 1 yen. Let's set 100, see if that goes through. Yep, 100 yen is fine. And again, we'd type in our PIN code here in order to finish the order. So the sale order to sell 100 yen's worth of mutual funds, which I'm not going to do again. So that is basically it. That is how you would sell Japanese shares through this section here, including ETFs, assuming that you own them. So in order to sell them, you'd need to own them. So you'd click here to the products you owe, and then you can choose to sell any of these shares or ETFs within NISA or within the taxable account. And for mutual funds, it's the same thing. So you'd go to mutual funds over here, and choose the list of investments that you own, and then go down here and choose the sell button, which is this green button here. So very easy to do, and I hope that helps with your account management.